Travis Wayne Goodsell. So my laundry is pretty loud today. I usually don't hear it this loud with the door closed. So 8 more minutes of it. Ruin this video. Why don't you just wait until it was done, Travis? Because I got too much stuff to do. Deal with it. I could do a podcast now. YouTube finally is allowing podcasts. So apparently they aren't interested in us doing actual videos for you. They want to be TikTok, now they want to be audiobook. Anything but YouTube. So, you know a business is hurting when they want to be like others. They can't be themselves. So, up front, it's necessary to inform my audience. For some reason, they don't follow me or are brand new, that I believe in Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon. Just not as Christian. See, because when I read the Book of Mormon and it says it's written after the learning of the Jews, I'm smart enough to know that I shouldn't use Christian interpretation in it. Which means no Jesus. That Jesus represents somebody else. Now that took some time for me to figure out, as we all get brainwashed by the church. From birth. We all get branded with a little Omega symbol. Oh, wait a minute, that's the movie Armageddon with, or End of Days. Yeah, Armageddon's the one out in space with the meteorite. End of Days is Arnold Schwarzenegger, the girly man, who saves the end of the world from the child of Lucifer. It's so much fun when you screw up religious beliefs. Makes for great movies. And so, yeah, Mormonism is no different. See, the Catholics have End of Days with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Mormons have Saturday's Warrior. Screwing up that theology. And so, as such, I have received the most hate-filled response from Mormons. They treat me as if I've betrayed them. And why am I supposed to believe the lie? Why am I supposed to be ashamed of the Jewish gospel of Joseph Smith in the Book of Mormon? So the Book of Mormon is our keystone. And a keystone is that top center arch block that holds the arch together. You take it out, arch collapses. And so, metaphorically, it represents the doctrines upon which an organization is based upon. And so if a keystone is there at the door of a building, and it's got a symbol on it, that symbol represents the doctrines within the building. And so, yeah, on the doors of the keystone of the Salt Lake Temple, we should expect to see the Book of Mormon, right? Because that's the keystone of our religion. Oops. Yeah, it's Lucifer's symbol. Yeah, the church didn't want to tell us about this. They didn't get into any explanation for why Lucifer's symbol is actually the keystone of Brigham Young's religion. Because Brigham Young ordered it. That was his design. Oh, that's quicker than 8 minutes. Must be dying down for the final minutes. And so, what then are we supposed to do as Mormons? We're told we're Christian. Jesus is our Christ. But the outward symbol of the keystone of Brigham Young's church is blatantly obvious. It's Lucifer's church. It's the great and abominable church, with Lucifer as our Christ. And so regardless of characters being called by a different name, just like interpreting the Book of Mormon under a Jewish lens, it's not Jesus, it's Emmanuel, understood by Joseph as a Mormon in the future. And so I've done some bombshells that are not getting the attention it needs. For some reason, Mormons, you think you can just run away and hide from a video that exposes you as frauds. That makes you complicit. That doesn't vindicate you of not knowing. Because you cannot be saved in ignorance. If you see a video with a title that you don't want to watch because you're afraid of what's going to be told to you, that's on you. Because remember, I'm Mormon. I'm one of you. I had to do my research. We're all told just because we were born in the covenant doesn't mean we are converted to the church. We have to also follow the path for conversion. And I did that, and I have learned for myself that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is false. And I didn't really go through a faith crisis because I did this process. Because I found out what this church is. It's the Great and Abominable Church. But I was not left stranded. I was not left without a compass or a guide. Oh no, this church isn't true. I have no church to go to. No, I found out Joseph Smith is correct as Jewish. The Book of Mormon, correct as Jewish. And so I don't have a faith crisis because I found the truth. The truth will set me free, and it did. And so I've told you about Albert Pike, right? Because you all follow me, right? Albert Pike wrote the letter to Giuseppe Mazzini. I believe it was 1857. Don't have it on the screen here. I don't know how fast it'll pop up skis. Looks like it's been a while. We have Blackface Moroni still on the screen here. Oh, that is just hilarious. Because once you know the church is a great and abominable church, things like that amuse you. You're not offended because you know the church isn't true. Alright. So we'll wait for the word to pop it up, or the windows to pop it up. Probably would have been faster with the PDF. I have it in multiple versions. And this one was the very small one. Alright. And so he's confessing that he's of the Illuminati as a Scottish Rites member, confirming that the Illuminati had infiltrated the United States Scottish Rites. And Joseph Smith Sr. is the hero of the day who helped William Morgan write the book until 9/11, 1826, when the Scottish Rites Illuminati learned of Albert Pike's book and wrongfully had him arrested so that he couldn't work on the book. And Joseph Smith Sr., as the Master Mason of that Canandaigua Lodge, See, you have to put on different pages or Word document files people, places, events, dates. And so when you come across William Morgan, Canandaigua, New York, in 9/11/1826, you're going to see on that same page or pages Joseph Smith Sr. He's the master mason of that place. That's a fact. So he knew about William Morgan and the book. And so when you look through the Wikipedia page under William Morgan, you see people speculate. Oh, his wife joined the church, and William Morgan was among the first of those baptized for the dead. Oh my God! That's how desperate the church is to keep you from knowing the truth. They don't want you to know that the Book of Mormon is that book. This, which is a historical conspiracy, because the world doesn't know if it's actually accurate or not. But Joseph Smith Sr. and the church with the Book of Mormon establishes this as fact. William Morgan is legitimate and confirms that the threat to America is just this, Albert Pike's letter, confirming it's from the Illuminati through the Scottish Rites. And nobody knows it but me. Unbelievable. And so Albert Pike is saying, for the Third World War, we're destroying Christianity. They're going to be left without compass or direction. And they're going to want something else. Well, if Jesus isn't true, I need something else. Where do I go? I don't know what to do. Joseph Smith, his first vision. I don't know. I'm too young to know which church to join. Too complicated for me. Don't know where to go. Don't know where to render my adoration. And this is where he says, we're bringing out the pure doctrine of Lucifer, manifested in the public view. And so how does this apply to the church? Well, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is the great and abominable church of Lucifer, the pure doctrine. The inverted pentagram on the keystone of the doors of the Salt Lake Temple established that as fact. However, Mormons don't know this. They're in denial. They refuse to watch the videos that expose this. And so how is it going to happen for Mormons? Because the church is going to come out as Lucifer's church once Christianity is destroyed, which means the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is going to be destroyed too. And then the doctrine of Lucifer. And this is what Mormons do not get. They don't want to get, because they've had their spiritual witness tell them this church is true as Christian with Jesus. And their feelings are so strong, their faith is so strong, that not even truth and knowledge can break down their faith. But it's coming. And I've been doing videos all these years, sort of mocking the church and mocking Mormons who have not got a clue. Talking about Adam-on-Diamond. That's what got me evicted. But getting me evicted was what got me here, but only by a miracle. I wasn't supposed to get this apartment. I was supposed to stay locked up again in the shelter. Because before, the 6-year incarceration by the church, paid for to have me murdered, was also unsuccessful. And I was released right at the very beginning of the pre-show of the Latter Days, the Tetrad, where 3 Mormon apostles bit the big one in fulfillment of scriptural prophecy as signs that, hey, Mormons, guess what? Great and abominable church is going to fall. It's coming. Get out. Hearken to the man like Moses. You're Christ. That's the whole thing, is that Mormons have a compass. They have a direction. They have an ideal. They know where to render their adoration. Not Lucifer, not Jesus. But they don't study their scriptures. They don't interpret their scriptures with the learning of the Jews. And as such, they're going to crash and burn hard when this day comes. Have you been paying attention to the news? Ever since the 2016 election, evangelical Christians have been going all in hardcore. The church, likewise, with their religious freedom movement. This religious freedom movement is what the church is doing to escalate the destruction of Christianity. Because they're pushing to get away with crimes, to not have to follow the law, to not have to follow the First Amendment. My First Amendment says I have the freedom of religion, and so I'm denying these people freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom to peaceably assemble, freedom of their own religion that's not ours, freedom of petitioning the government for redress of grievances, especially if it's for us. We're denying all of you because we have religious freedom, and you can't touch us. Saying I'm already a witness and a victim that this is what they're doing with this, because they've done it to me. They have denied me life, liberty, and property, the three keys of constitutional law. And they have the government to help them. They have the Mormons to help them take away rights to life, liberty, and property. This is the Church of Lucifer, whether Mormons realize it or not. And like I said in the other video that nobody wants to watch, those who are patriarchal Danite men most likely have been filled in with the truth and are purposely, knowingly, willingly, maliciously evil, going around gaslighting everybody, sending me death threats on my YouTube channel, like the Danites. Not the Danites, the Desnat. Those boys, I can guarantee you, know they're evil. Because they sure love to follow Lucifer's plan of happiness by taking away agency of others with the threat of the sword, or shall we say javelin? But those who come from the women of the Danites, that'd be me, through my mom's side. Women aren't acknowledged as human in the church. And so we don't get filled in with the secrets that the men keep to themselves in their little secret combinations. And so it's only expressed by the women of the church emulating the patriarchal abuse of authority that they too are white supremacist, and act on that with the raising of the Mormon children born in the covenant. And so yes, my mom was a racist. My mom was abusive, sexist, and bigoted and hateful of the poor, etc. It's just, she's an awful human being, and she's dead now, just in case you're wondering, because you missed that video most likely. That was a scandal, which involves Todd, my brother. He never has replied back. I have chased him away. I wonder why. Was it something I said in one of my videos? But, yeah, this is what's coming. The prophets of the church are purposely setting things up to weed out the weak Mormons and then destroy the church, but then rise up with the original Brigham Young kingdom, the doctrine of Lucifer. And they can do it because they've got trillions of dollars saved up in offshore accounts. We were only allowed to see, because of the whistleblower, that Ensign Peak Advisors has $100 billion back in 2019. They've gotten more for that sense, but that's a distraction that they're allowing us to see. They're not letting us see anything else that they are collecting interest on. Because Nelson came out and said, we do this with all sources of income. Following the parable of the talents, which was a confession that they're in violation of IRS tax laws for 501c3, tax-exempt status. They are wicked. They are evil. They are terrorists. They are seditious conspirators. They are seeking to overthrow our government to establish the pure doctrine of Lucifer and destroy the Christian Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And in so doing, they will say, oh, okay, the Book of Mormon's Christian with Jesus. Oops, I guess we got to get rid of it. It's a stupid, worthless book. Didn't come true. Joseph Smith, false prophet. We're the true prophets. Lucifer's doctrine. Sorry, guys. You're in bondage now for all eternity. Yeah, they're going to do it. And I've done the videos in previous conferences. And they're upset. But that's what's happening. Whether you believe it or not, it's going to happen. This is the last year of the latter days. This is when all of it hits the fan. The day that shall burn as an oven. It's a bicentennial. So, yeah, we'll cover that topic when I get to the pre-show for conference. But the YouTube Mormon employee, if he's a guy through a patriarchal line of a Danite, he knows the secrets. If it's through a woman, through the wife, or one of the wives, probably doesn't know. But I figured all of this out by my own research. I became a 23rd degree Mason, or 32nd degree Mason. I'm short. Cutting myself short. Because I did that video, which nobody watches. You guys gotta watch. There is no excuse for you not watching. Just because you don't agree with it, have you even bothered to check to make sure you're even right? No? You had a feeling that's all you need? That's what they're counting on, guys. They're purposely faith without works so that they can kill you off as a Christian believer. Faith without works is dead. Do you not know that scripture?